We have a Thomas Nelson, New King James Version, Deluxe Thinline reference Bible that we are going to deconstruct to show the quality of the build, and then we're going to rebind this little Bible. So let's get to it. So I've cut through the cover. It's a paste down, and the presentation page is part of the paste down cover. So when we rebind it, we're going to have to put another page in here, because with the glue it would just cover too much of this, and you wouldn't be able to open it to really have a good page to sign your presentation page. So what we can tell so far is that there is a paper over the mole, which we can see right here. And we'll clean the spine up and take a look at the sewing. Okay, we got it in the press, and I'm getting ready to use this chisel, heated up, and I'll be scraping the glue and the binding reinforcement off the spine to get it down to the sewing. I'll be back when that's finished. Okay, we've got all the old glue and old mole, which is the support off this Bible. And I can confirm that we have 10 sewn bindings. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So I think that's pretty good. The Bible was very well glued, and so I think it has some good support. But we'll reinforce this spine, and it'll be a lot better than the original. Okay, so I got the edges dyed. If you look at it, it gives it just a little bit of a copper tin. But if you fan the pages out, you've got that red on the end, and not a very good picture. Let me see if I can get a better picture here. When the Bible is open and spread out, you can see the difference in color. It just adds a little bit of class to it. Yeah, I just noticed something after I finished dyeing. I left a Jim Compton boo-boo here. But you know what? It's just going to give you a little character here in your Bible, just knowing that these hands that were blessed by God, that is giving you this blessing, left an imprint, just as God leaves an imprint on each and every one of us. So there you have it. At any rate, this presentation page was part of the cover paste down, so I had to cut this away to get the cover off. So when I put the new cover and liner on, I have to glue that, but it's going to take up too much space here. So with that, it really puts a hindrance on this presentation page. So what I'm going to do is I've got some nice paper, and I'm going to put this in here and glue that down to the presentation page, and that'll give me something to bind the liner and cover on. When I reinforce this spine, it'll all become one piece. So that's my next step, is to cut that paper and fit it and glue it, and then I'll work on the spine. We got the back page glued in, and we got the front page glued in. It goes over the presentation page that Casey doesn't need, ha ha ha, but it'll open up, so it'll be presentable. At any rate, When this dries just a bit, start working on the spine. I'm going to cut the material that I need and the ribbons and the headbands to get ready to glue the spine up. Okay, I got the mole all cut out, and that's going to reinforce the spine. I got the gray ribbons. I put 2 of those in. And then I got your headbands. They're black and silver, silk. So since your Bible is going to be black and silver, I think that'll work beautifully. So I'll get that glued in. We've got the ribbons attached, 2 nice ribbons, gray. Got the headband and the tailband attached. We've got the mole glued down and attached to that paper that I just put in, so that ties all the block together. Now I've got to let this dry, and then I'll put some heavy canvas duct on here. Manufacturers, they just use that thin paper, but put that heavy duct material, and that's really going to reinforce the spine, so these pages should never ever fall out. And even if somebody would happen to put a pin into the spine, it's not going to hurt the spine. And I think we know who we're talking about that does that. I'll be back later. Got to let this dry. So I've cut the heavy canvas duct material and I've glued it to the spine. Still see the mole sticking out, and what this is going to do is give me some structure for the cover when I glue it on there, so the cover attaches to the block and it all becomes one piece, and the Bible should never fall apart. So anyway, that's going to be it for tonight. Tomorrow I will start on the leather cover and the liner. Okay, I've cut the sheepskin liner, nice, soft and supple, and there's the goat skin that I'll be using. So as soon as I get it cut, I'll let you know. This is my little paint station out in the garage. It's a portable little paint booth. I use an airbrush. And there's my little compressor and my ventilation. And when I get ready to spray, I just kind of move it to the edge of the garage, open the garage, and shoot the vapors outside. So this is how I do my dyeing. And then over here I've got all my little different color of dyes and my airbrush. Oh, and my little Dremel tool. I use that quite a bit. It's been a long day at work and my brain was fried. I kind of got a little ahead of myself. In cutting leather, I hadn't cut the goat skin yet, or yeah, the goat skin, because I've got to make the rib and rib supports here. So got the ribs all glued up, and then I've got to make what I call my spine bra, so I can plant that in, and then I can get the measurements for the cover. If I'd cut the cover first, then I wouldn't have enough room for the hinge, and then I'd be upset because I cut it too short. So better to take a step back, take a deep breath, and get it right. Okay, Casey, so I've got the bra made. Got it taped, got it measured out for the hinge, and that will fit the liner. Got the liner all kind of centered and measured out. So then this fits in here. And what happens is I use this bra as my measurements for the goatskin cover. I'll lay this on the goatskin and then measure out the edges so I can roll it back and have an even seam so I can stitch it. So I had to have the bra before I cut the goatskin, and like I said, I got a little ahead of myself, so I had to get this all prepared. So when the goatskin lays over here, then I've got the ribs that I can tool for you. So anyway, Mama says it's supper time, so hopefully I'll get the thing cut after supper, unless I'm too tired. Okay, Casey, I got the goat skin cut. It's really a nice, beautiful piece of hide. It's going to really make a nice Bible. And this is a sheepskin liner. And I'm headed out to the garage. I'll spray these coloring with dye. And the sheepskin has, I can feel some imperfections in it, but that's just the animal. And we all have imperfections, so when you see imperfections in the leather, just know that we are not perfect. Okay, see, there's your black cover all dyed up. Beautiful. So here's your cover, or your liner. We got silver. It's metallic silver. I don't know if you can see the metallic flakes in it, but I think that's really going to be look sharp. Black cover, silver liner. Okay, we've got the cover marked, and I'm getting ready to glue the bra onto the cover, and then I will tool the spine. So that's my next step. Okay, see, we've got the ribs installed and tooled. And all the bras in place. I'll take the tape off. And next step would be installing the liner on it. But I may wait till in the morning. I'm kind of tired after work and I don't want to mess this up. So at any rate, that's where we're at. We're making progress. I think I'll have the Bible done tomorrow. I'll just share with you, Casey, in case you do want to put a pen or a pencil into the spine, the way that I do the rebinding is my way. I have no idea how the other guys do it. I know some brag about a Oxford Hollow. Never tried that, but I use it's a heavy duct, canvas duct material. And when I build the spine, I use that material, but then I also use this Tex craft paper material. It's kind of a paper and a material all in one. It's very sturdy. So the spine has that craft paper that's glued to this heavy duct material. And then of course, I have a gap here for the hinges. And then on the Bible itself, I use that. This is the mole, and that was shown in another video. And then over that mole, I also use that heavy duct material. So when the Bible sits inside the liner, it's like that. So you're going to have a gap in here, but it's all tied together because of this material tied to the block. So you can put all the pins that you want in here, and it's not going to get into the sewn stitching of the signature pages. It's not going to get into the leather, and it's going to be strong. The liner has been attached to the cover, and got the slits here to set the Bible in with my tabs to glue this to the book block. I need to fold over these edges, glue them, do my corners, then do my stitching, and then do the stamping, and then attach the block to the cover. It's coming along. I got all the edges folded over and glued. Before I put the cover on and the other stuff, I did pair or skive these edges so they sit down kind of flush. There is a little bit of a ridge there, but tried to get it all where it's pretty smooth. Normally, the Bibles that I've done have been kind of the paste down, using the Ben Vinoy method. I go back with Ben. He did my first Bible, and I did a lot of wallets for him, so we became friends and share information. So I did his style, but then looking at other Bibles with like the Schuler and R.L. Allen's, these high-end Bibles, they do this type of a binding, edge line, fold over I call it. Ben does great work. His corner work is unmatched. I can't match his corner work on that paste down. I know Jeffrey Rice and David Duffalo and some other guys are doing this. So I think this is my second, maybe third Bible that I've done this way, and I'm still learning. I have no idea how they do it. I just kind of did it my way and trial and error, and I just pray that God gives me the knowledge and blesses my hands so this Bible turns out perfect for you. I'm doing my best. So, Casey, I hope you're happy with it. Okay, we got the corners done. Because of the imperfections on this liner, as I discussed when I dyed it, I'm going to use this at the back. This is a better looking liner, so I'm going to use that at the front. But there's corners on that one, corners on that one, corners on that one. I got the pleats just a little bit too big starting out, so nothing's perfect. That's a better corner, but that's the back. So there you go. That's what the finished cover looks like. Now I got to do the stamping. Casey, so the cover has all been rubbed down with neat's foot oil. That restores all the oils that were taken out during the tanning process, the dyeing process, and it really gives a nice deep finish to the leather. And so there's the goat skin, sheep skin. There's Casey's name. And Agape Bibles. So now I'm getting ready to put the block in the cover and call this puppy done. Okay, Mr. Casey. There's the front. There's the back. There's ribbons. You open the Bible. There's the front cover. There's an end page I put over to hide the tabs. There's the other end page. Oop, I put in on top of the signature or the presentation page. And we did get it in right side up. I've put it in backwards before, but not this one. Back cover. Same thing. There's your end page. So you just gotta let the glue dry, and I'll get this out in the mail to you. Probably go out Monday. So anyway, brother, there's your new Bible. I hope you enjoy it, Casey. It's been a pleasure doing this for you. God did bless my hands. So I thank you for the prayers that you gave. God bless you and your family. Bye-bye.